Our first trip ever to Sweet Springs was off to an unbelievable start. With the success that Scott and I had in the basement, we decided to bring the rest of the crew down to see if we could continue to document more activity. Can you come up and use this and say hi or hello so we know that you understand? Once you do that, then we can ask you some more questions and learn some more about you.
Help them?
The device we are using is often referred to as a portal. A portal uses guitar pedals as a way to clear up and enhance spirit voices coming from a spirit box or another audio source. This particular portal was built by our very own Scott McCoy. We have put a lot of time and effort into finding the parts that will give us the best and clearest responses. For this experiment, we are using Echovox as our audio source. Echovox is a real-time ITC software that allows the spirits to use the bed of chaotic random noises as well as the echo and reverb to communicate with us. It sounds like you're getting better at learning how to use this. Are you figuring it out?
What was that?
There's an object.
Yeah.
What is the object?
Parker?
I said a Parker or Harper.
This is my grandma.
James Parker.
Are you around Jonathan?
James Parker?
James Parker. Sound like we're in bed now.
Who's James Parker?
I do not know him.
So,
Yeah, she said I do not know him.
is James Parker here?
What?
Can I talk to James? Do you know what year it is right now?
40?
It did say 40.
It's only 40, yeah. Who's president? Do you know who the president is right now? Truman.
Truman. That said Truman. It did.
It did.
When was Truman president?
I have to Google it. I don't know.
Sorry. Any teachers that are watching this stream, I sincerely apologize.
I don't have my phone.
That was crazy, though. That
That
was
might
a direct
be
response.
all right.
Harry S. Truman began his presidency of the United States in 1945. While it may be seen as a stretch, to get the name of a president who served in the 40s is a pretty big coincidence. You get Truman as a response when I asked that question
40.
after it said 40s.
Yeah.
That's cool.
What was that?
What was that?
That was definitely a weird.
That's cool.
What was that?
What was that?
That was definitely a weird.
Is that the laundry room back in there?
No.
No, the laundry room's out
I
there.
don't know. Was it like that?
Hello?
No, it sounded like something totally different. Look at that.
Is that you, Tyler?
I'm over here.
Who made that noise? Old, old brick building?
Couldn't tell what it said.
Safe.
Out.
Like an old
It's an
woman
ouch.
out.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Do you want us to leave?
Should.
It said shoe.
Oh, I thought it said should.
Oh, it said shoe.
So if you were here in 45, that would mean you might have been one of the first residents of the nursing home. Is that right?
Did that say the witch?
It said witch.
Didn't you say witch in trouble or something?
I didn't hear what it said afterwards. I definitely said witch. You're allowed to go play with it. It won't hurt you. Some color, please. Oh, jeez, sorry.
It like darted.
The bat got right
I
there.
felt it. I felt air.
It like darted. Like
Yeah, it's right behind the Scott.
I'm not even dodging it anymore. If it wants to eat me, it's going to eat me. I guess.
That one just surprised me. What's flying around here right now? Can you see it?
Bite.
It's biting. I thought it was a bite.
If you guys heard, yeah.
What's gonna bite us?
Did that say owl?
It did sound like an old woman, like I will.
were you the mean lady who lived here? 'Cause I heard there was a very mean lady who lived here.
Little 12mm too.
That scared me.
Yeah, that was loud.
My bad.
I was like,
What was that? That was a voice.
That was a voice.
where's that at?
Back.
I thought it was that way.
Everything echoes.
Yeah.
You know?
Hello? I don't know. I definitely heard it.
I did too.
Sure.
It almost sounded like it said hello.
What did that say?
Pull that antenna out. That's
Say
a high.
Hi?
It's so
Well, it
hard
sounded
without
like-
the readout.
Did you hear
Yep.
It got super duper cold
It
right
did.
here.
that? Yeah.
I
It was
feel
on
it.
that earlier.
I mean, I'm like crazy.
Freezing right here now.
Are you a male or a female? Can you answer that?
What was that?
That was loud.
It was a bang.
It was back here. I have cold chills.
Is that you making noises back there?
Like really bad.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she does.
Are you doing that back there?
The temperature's dropping. Now it's coming back up.
That's me making noise on the phone.
Did you hear that?
What is that? It's a voice.
That sounds like a yell or
I
like a
didn't
scream.
I'm
Yeah.
down here. I feel really weird right now.
Yeah. After our time in the basement, we moved to the hydrotherapy room. Hydrotherapy was a once popular treatment for mental illness. Through the use of hot and cold water, it was thought that you could stimulate different reactions throughout the body. Unfortunately, in many cases, this treatment was not used as it was designed, often resulting in bodily harm and even death. For this session, we were again using Echovox as our sound source. In this case, we were using it as a standalone without the portal. Scott and follow Scott around. Can you tell us your name, please? What is her name? Not the guy we're talking to, we appreciate that. The girl who knew Scott, what's her name? Courtney.
Courtney?
That's what I heard. Is that your name, Courtney?
Yeah.
Hi, Courtney. Nice to meet you. Can you tell us more about how you know Scott? Love. Yeah. When did you first meet him? House.
Was it the house that at home? Probably the house that I grew up in, the haunted house.
I couldn't quite figure out the girls up there too. Did you meet him in the house that he grew up in?
Why do you follow Scott?
Love him again.
Love him as the seven. Those creepy.
Are you always with him, or do you just come out when we're trying to talk to somebody?
Right here.
He pays attention. So anytime that he's open to communicate, open to talk, you're here with us?
I help him.
How do you help him?
I broke up.
That was a full response. We couldn't figure it out.
Dream of April?
Yeah.
Are you trying to get him to move back to his old house?
This one.
This one cheater was something.
Sounds like a metal.
Yeah, right here. Is there something that you could tell him that would make sense to him but not on the rest of us? Rock wall.
Rock wall.
That's what I heard.
Listen, there was this rock wall at the house that I grew up. There was this old wine cellar that had collapsed, and that's when I was probably in my early teens. I used to go down there all the time just to hang out by myself, which was kind of neat. And that was like kind of my favorite place was that rock wall.
That's a pretty weird coincidence.
Special.
Talk to me.
He was very
Oh no, is it myself or
I know, he said talk to me.
when he comes to me, he's like demanding. He's like,
He was not happy.
the man that were talking to the woman, not him.
something added.
Addict. funny story about an attic too. The house that I grew up in, there was always something walking around up in that attic.
During our initial walkthrough of Sweet Springs, we had discovered that on one of the upper levels there was an observation room. The observation room had a window where you could look from one room to another to observe patients. We thought that this would be a perfect spot to conduct our next experiment, the Goneld. The Goneld is a sensory deprivation experiment. The receiver has noise-canceling headphones with white noise being pumped in so they cannot hear what is going on around them. They also have ping pong balls covering their eyes with a red light shining directly into them. This is designed to trick the brain to not knowing whether your eyes are opened or closed. It is very common for the receiver to hallucinate during this experiment. Investigators use this so they can open themselves up and allow spirits to tell or show them what they want.
And you'll be able to show him things and speak to him, and he's going to tell us what you have to say and show us. We also have a device on the floor that you're able to communicate with us as well. We'll be able to hear you that way as another option.
So at any time, you can also touch any one of us to try to talk to us as well, let us know that you're here.
Can you tell us who's up here with us? Were you a patient here?
Get help a lot. Help me?
That's what it sounded like. How can we help you?
Please help. What can we do to help?
Can you tell us where we're at?
I know there's actually people watching me right now, but it feels like, I don't know, like I'm laying on like a table and there's like people like over top of me, like leaning down and like looking at me. Like, it's really weird.
Are you showing Jonathan that image?
Like, I don't feel any pain or anything, but it's just like, it feels like I'm on like an operating table and there's like people like leaning over to see what's going on or what they're doing or something.
Were you a patient? Can you show Jonathan more? Try to give him your memories. Can you do that?
Can you speak a little clearer for us, please?
It's getting really hard to breathe, like my heart's like fluttering.
What does it sound like?
It sounded like a man's laugh. Like out in the hall. I don't know how you didn't hear
Where are you trying to show Jonathan? You're trying to take him somewhere? Home?
Can you show him what you were showing him before?
I saw like a big wooden door, like the arch door. And it had like one of the knocker things on it.
What's behind the door? Can you touch Jonathan on the shoulder?
Saw an old clock, like a grandfather clock, swinging back and forth. I couldn't tell like what time or anything. I just saw like a room full of dolls, like baby dolls.
Are you a child?
What was that?
I thought I just said Harper before I said the dolls, but I don't know. I don't know what that was.
Like, I don't know why I'm seeing all this stuff, but it's just like flash images, and it's like one after another. I don't know how to explain it.
Are you showing Jonathan your memories or things that you've seen?
I just saw, like, if you're looking up at the moon through like trees, like saw the outline like a full moon through the trees. Like, none of this makes sense at all. I don't understand. It's just like
He's smart.
one after another. It's like I'm watching a slideshow almost. Like, I know it's because of the situation that I'm in, because I'm in the observation room and everything, but it honestly, it feels like somebody's showing me like the Rorschach like ink blot test but it's like one after another. Like, what do you see? What do you see? What do you see? And I'm sure it's just in my head, but it's like really strange.
So are you showing Jonathan that because you were a patient?
Or were you a dog?
And when I was saying that, I got cold chills in my entire body.
Can you show Jonathan
I just heard
what?
somebody, like I heard a yell, like I heard a scream. Like I can't hear anything, but I heard a scream.
Can you show Jonathan what room was yours? Show him a number.
It sounded like I heard somebody knock on the door, like that knocker that I talked about earlier. Like knock, knock. It was loud.
You heard him.
Someone just touched my nose.
What was your favorite thing in life?
The door closed.
Where does the door go? Can you show Jonathan where you're at right now?
Can you show Jonathan how you died?
I felt.
I burned. Did I hear that? Hello?
Did you hear it?
I heard it.
That's weird. He just like looked over at me. It's so weird.
That's really creepy. Should we take him now?
He's been quiet for a while.
Are you okay?
What do you hear?
It's freaking me out. Like I might like cry. I don't know why. Like I just got. What the heck is that all about? Like that just like was weird. Like he's not saying a word. That was weird.
That was weird.
Because he didn't even say like, oh my neck hurts or anything like that.
I didn't say he was looking at anything either. You can't harm Jonathan. Do not harm him. And if you're keeping him from speaking, stop it. Jonathan, if you're okay, say something, anything.
I kind of got like a weird. Nothing bad is allowed to happen to anyone here.
Show Jonathan something so he can talk, because if he doesn't talk, we're going to take him out of it.
He's looking that way now.
It's like he's looking at stuff.
Yeah. Jonathan, what are you seeing? Can you please tell us? Why do you keep looking around?
He's shaking his head.
He's shaking his head.
Maybe we should take him out.
Yeah, let's.
Take him. Do you have a light? Hold on. Get him out of there now. Hey, John. Are you okay?
What?
You alright?
What?
Are you alright?
Yeah, okay.
Are you sure?
You're like looking around,
And shaking your head.
shaking your head and stuff.
I mean, you like turned your head and like just
He stared at Scott for like,
and said nothing.
are you okay?
Yeah, fine. It's weird.
Did you like purposely turn your head for a reason?
I was looking around.
At
That's
what?
that's what we said. It looked like you were looking around
I
at
was in
stuff.
somebody's house. They were showing me
You
around.
started shaking your head.
You were in someone's house and they were showing you around. We asked them to do that.
Yeah, I saw.
I said, what's behind the door?
There's stained glass above the door that had somebody's name, like last name.
Do you know the name?
I couldn't see it. It was
Was it like modern day or like old?
old.
You
Like,
just
there's
started
a lot of-
weird.
Like, it wasn't like an antique store, but there's a lot of stuff like that you would find in an antique store, like old stuff. My arms felt like they're 800 pounds, and I was like, I couldn't move them. And I was just like following
To
around.
me, it just didn't seem like him for a second. Like, that's what freaked me out. Was it was just like he was
No, and
like,
then when I saw it, he was just like this. He was
or like
shaking. It was
somebody
weird.
was looking through his, you know what I mean? Like,
That was
Somebody's
creepy.
house. Walking.
because Cindy said you need to say something.
Yeah, I was like,
and
you
you
need to-
start shaking your
yeah.
head no.
I said, you need to say something so we know Jonathan's okay, and you just started shaking your head.
I remember shaking my head. I don't know why I did it.
Wow.
Like I just felt compelled. Like it's just what it.
Well, that,
Like,
I mean,
I felt
I,
like the right
Like
thing to
you-
do.
I was a little bit worried about it because that was weird. I mean, you just like
You, like,
stared
Did
at
you
Scott.
see a person that was
Nah.
You
trying to,
got
like,
dead
show you
quiet
around? You just
too.
knew that they were doing it.
It just didn't seem like he
And
was
he
like,
sat there for a while with
and then
thank
stared
God.
at Scott like he was like staring at you or like over here beside
Well, I
you.
mean, I knew in my head I knew Scott was over there, but I wasn't looking over at Scott. I was
Yeah, he
looking
said it
over
looks like he's looking at something.
in this person's house.
Yeah.
You
It was
weren't
just weird that
saying
you weren't
anything.
saying anything.
And then you shook your
I
head.
couldn't. I mean, I could talk, but like, I felt like I was just like everything felt like it was like 1,000 pounds. Like,
Were you just trying to like also like take it all in? So like you were
Yeah.
trying to like look at everything.
I don't know, but you looked over here and then you just suddenly like turned your head the other
I
way.
gotta admit, it did look kind of creepy.
It was, I mean, it was creepy.
I just got a really weird
he kind of like he
feeling.
kind of did this. He was like,
I know, a really weird feeling because he was so quiet. And I was like, I don't feel okay about this, like at all.
and usually he
Like you
stopped
were
when
just
he seen it,
limp.
so it was
Like
weird.
you were just like,
oh, I just felt like I couldn't move. I felt like I was like underwater. Like everything was heavy.
but we had said like, you said, the door's closing, and we said, what's behind the door? And then like, you weren't saying,
It was so weird. I don't know how to explain any of it. Like makes me sound ridiculous. Just there was a door and it closed, and
You
then I
have
was
to
in a
show
person's
him.
house, and then we were walking around, and I was looking at stuff.
Who's we?
Whoever was showing me around, I don't know. There's somebody else there because it was their house, and they were walking around. Let me turn this down. I was walking around and I was looking at stuff like there were old bottles. There was like
even when you came out of it, you were
antlers.
just
There was. I'm trying to remember what all I saw.
Old bottles and like antlers, like.
Well, yeah, like, I don't even know. There was like a bunch of stuff. There was like I don't even know. But we were just walking around and I was just like looking around.
and you never saw them.
Mm-mm.
You just knew they were there.
I mean, I was behind them, like I could see the silhouette of a person, but
No detail.
no, it was just like they were just like leading me around, like hey, come look at all my stuff.
That's weird.
It is kind of weird.
The look though, like just the blank, like.
I don't even remember what I looked at, but there was something over here, and I remember looking over here, but it wasn't to like look at Scott.
And then when you
To look
said,
at
I
something.
said
you have to say
I
something
could
now.
tell that's what you were doing. I really could. I was like, he's looking around at stuff somewhere.
But then you would not say anything.
I don't know.
And
how
then you
to
like
explain
turned
it.
back to the mirror for a second, or like
And
the
then I said, you
window.
need to say something.
Yeah.
And
You
you
just
just
I
started
don't
shaking your
know why I
head.
shook my head. I mean, I just felt like.
Like unless
I
it
needed to
wasn't
know.
wanting you to leave yet. You know what I mean? Like it was trying to show you more.
or it was just saying like, no, don't take him out of it. You know?
Because remember it said take him.
Yeah.
It did.
That's why I was like, no.
So, yeah.
That was too. If he would have talked,
I would have been okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just didn't.
He was so quiet was what was.
I don't know how to explain it. Everything was so heavy. Like my arms literally felt like they were 800 pounds. Like I couldn't move them, and like I
Did
could
it
talk.
almost
Like
feel
I
like you
wasn't
were,
like I wasn't possessed or anything. Like I wasn't. Like it just felt like I was so like.
Was it like an outer body kind of thing? Like,
I don't know.
Did you feel like oppressed? Like, did you feel like someone was
No,
gonna
like
push
it
you
wasn't
away?
bad. Like it wasn't like somebody like trying to scare me. But like my arms, are, like I don't know. I
Like,
guess
almost like you were in another place.
it's just
or-
like
You were
not a trance. That's a bad word. That's not what I mean.
No,
It's
but
like,
that is kind of accurate
Like,
though.
my arms are heavy and
Almost like a state of meditation.
Yeah.
yeah, that's exactly
Yeah.
that's perfect. That's what it was.
That's
It's like,
like remember when you guys
like,
saw me
so
and I was like
heavy.
kind of out of it. I was just kind of
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm good. Yeah, I know what you mean.
that's a good way to
You were in a
describe it.
meditative state, so you must have like went pretty deep.
Yeah.
Well, I've
But in the
he's
beginning,
never
it
been
was
that
so
Were you
weird.
scared though? Like at any point in time, like did it?
No, it was
scared?
peaceful. It was
Okay.
like super calm
Well, that's
and
good. That makes me feel
peaceful.
better because I was thinking he's not talking.
Yeah, that's what I didn't like. If he would have just answered you and been like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I see this now,"
I
I'd be like, "Okay."
Yeah, me too.
But then, like,
I don't know why I wasn't talking. Like, I
your
was
body
saying stuff.
language even changed.
Well,
Like,
when you're in like that meditative state, like you really don't like you calm
back,
down.
back.
Oh my god. You really do calm down, so it's almost like you're so relaxed that you don't.
It just,
talk.
yeah,
Like,
it was like he
so you
just.
could have definitely been.
We were like in a sleep, like yeah, like you were here but you weren't.
I don't want to call it a trance because
I just got-
it doesn't sound like you were like
Holy shit.
overtaken. It doesn't sound like you was overtaken. It sounds
I
like
just got like the most like super vivid deja vu like that I've had in a long time. That was really weird. Like when I looked up and then whatever you said, I don't remember what it was,
That was
just
meditative. It wasn't a trance.
clicked in my head, and that was like,
Kind of like you've been here before.
oh, I have been here before, 100%. That moment, wow, that was weird. Now I feel even more crazy. To recover from a very intense Goneld experiment, we decided to move to another location to conduct an Estus session. One variation that we will use on the Estus is to add a second receiver, otherwise known as a dual Estus. We do this in hopes of receiving corresponding answers or to get the two receivers to interact with one another without knowing.
Cindy.
Even though we went into the session with the intentions of lightening the mood, we quickly found out that the spirits of Sweet Springs had other ideas. It's hard to describe the complete and total shift of the atmosphere during this event, but it was very noticeable. We want you to answer our questions.
My friend bites.
Are you trying to?
It's gonna get pretty ugly.
It already feels like someone's like standing around me, following. Answer.
Fear.
You
No.
following us around the building?
Birthday.
Are you afraid?
You're a sitting duck.
Are you gonna get Cindy?
Might help.
You gonna come up?
End of her
behind-
life.
You gonna come up behind Cindy?
Ask him.
Can you touch Cindy on the shoulder?
We are here. He's friends with him.
Can you make a noise wherever you are?
Oh, I have cold chills.
Catch you.
Can you make a noise, please?
I feel like someone's like standing over me.
Are you getting close to Cindy and Vanessa?
8.
He's a bad guy.
Who?
Yes.
Who's the bad guy?
Kick
Ew,
it.
a half dozen.
You are.
Scott's the bad guy?
I feel really weird, like someone is like leaning over me.
Oh. He just said,
Help.
I'm behind you.
Pinch me.
Can you touch Cindy on the shoulder?
Over.
Absolutely. You're not going anywhere.
Sometimes messing with me.
400.
Don't like it.
That was me moving my foot.
Guys, I feel like really nervous. Like urgent.
Cindy's just like
20 W. Ew.
Challenge her.
Creepy voice just said, better give me some time.
Do you like Cindy?
It's haunted.
Do you like having
Physical.
girls up here?
Oh, that deep voice is here. He said,
I just heard a
I'm
weird
here.
voice and it said weird ass.
Weird ass.
Do you like having women up here?
You shouldn't have pissed me off.
I'm like really uncomfortable. Like I feel something bad.
This was a resort.
Leave in a little kid's voice.
It was all the Queen's family.
Axe.
Some weird responses. I
Yeah.
mean,
Prepare.
Clearly.
I'm trying to make sense of
Clear.
it.
Try to find it.
clearly weird, huh?
Find what?
No.
Dude, I just heard, I don't know if it was one of their radio,
I
but
said no.
Like
It's a real
a
deep
man's
voice.
Really?
Yeah.
Over here.
I mean, you can.
I
know,
told
that's
him
what makes me like,
it's soundproof. Oh, that was a creepy.
I'll bite you. Oh my god. That was the weirdest voice. Like, I'm not even kidding. I'm not cool with that at all. Like, it was
You
bad.
better get me my coffee.
Like, it was really, like, I'm gonna bite you, or I'll bite you. And, like, it was the clearest thing I've ever heard.
can we bring Cindy out? Alright.
No, I'll go back, but, like, I had this
In West Virginia, we are here.
feeling that something was, like, leaning over me. Like, I could feel
She's
something.
saying the same stuff.
And then I heard,
The
I'll bite
voice
you.
has the
Like, in
ability.
a nasty,
Boy has
nasty
the
voice.
ability.
I didn't mean to, like, throw my headphones off, but it was bad.
Who has the ability?
Plain as day, I'll bite you. Like,
Oh my god, my back is so cold.
okay, keep going, but.
You sure?
Yeah, no, I don't even know how to explain, like, it's not good, like, at all. Like, I have
I
never
told
felt
you, bitch.
something so dark.
I'm not playing.
I don't know. You don't have to.
Fuck it, no. You know what?
I mean, we're not gonna let anything happen to you guys.
What are you gonna do?
Ew.
We'll,
You know
fight, we'll fight together.
I'm glad you're here. I said I was gonna fuck you up.
How you gonna fuck us up?
It's that deep voice.
I don't believe you. I think you're weak.
Why would you tell Vanessa that you were going to bite her?
Thanks.
Junk.
You guys are saying a lot, but you're
Scott.
not answering their question.
You're not gonna sleep
Behind
tonight.
you.
It's that deep voice you said again.
What?
I know what kind of team you are.
Scott, you're not gonna sleep tonight. What the fuck? Alright, well.
This was on Ghost Adventures.
I don't know if I am. I really don't.
The governor better be sure.
You don't have to.
I'm 100% like,
I'll do it.
do it, because I want to see if you get the same. It felt like something.
Oh,
this
the
is gonna sound
sanctuary.
nuts,
Give
but
it
felt
time.
Like something, like, moved my
This,
sweatshirt.
like, creepy
like,
lady
up my
goes,
back.
give
Yeah.
it time.
Like, you try it. I can't. Like, after that, like, I know now I'm, like, in my own, whoop. I'm too in my head now. Like,
It's okay.
that was weird. Like, the I'll bite you was, like,
I just felt that freaking
Scout season.
Really?
like, I'm telling you, that I'll bite you was and it was a mean, evil man's voice. Like, I'll bite
Ritual.
you. Like,
Ritual, we
can't
welcome
even-
you.
It's sharp. It's poking me right now.
I'm telling you what's
Kiss
just
him.
be careful. Because I can't. I'm thinking too much, like,
You're gonna be oppressed. I am the master. Ooh, and that said Jesus Christ.
who was talking to me? Who said that they'd bite me?
Hey!
Like, I have cold, like, I am so uncomfortable with
Dickhead.
Not even funny.
Hate him! That baby!
He's never gonna let you go.
You're not allowed to attach to any of us. You're not allowed to hurt any of us.
Fuck off.
Yeah, that's not.
We're not
The
scared.
priest is here. He's coming tomorrow.
Rape! Whoa!
I'm telling you, John, like, it's not.
Get the medic!
Floyd Jones.
Pull him out.
Floyd Jones.
Bitch!
Who's saying all these nasty things?
I ain't bringing no house
died.
radio.
Death. Desperate. Help! A woman, help!
Like,
Did you listen to me, bitch?
Thomas.
Are you talking to me?
Chair. In the
You
chair.
guys are gonna get fucked up.
Hey, did you hear that?
What?
You didn't hear that? What the fuck?
What was it?
Leave them.
It was like either a woman's
You.
voice or a kid's voice.
Help.
You.
I kind of heard, but I couldn't tell if it was an echo. I am
Ashby.
The longest in prison.
Chill.
Like, I
Oh, cut
can't,
that
like,
little-
stand over here.
We left her out in the open.
Like, I'm not.
Ooh, something touched my leg.
Who's here? Tell me
I
your
got
name.
goosebumps.
Please help me.
Like, I am not a, like, don't, just leave them, just leave
I heard
them.
like old time country music, like the
Look at
fiddle.
You can't hurt anyone.
Please go.
Do you want us
Look
to
harder.
leave?
4 in prison.
You're not allowed to hurt.
Best decision.
Dude, it smelled like
Tuesday.
something just like touched the things. The
You
flashlight.
have an attachment.
Who does? Scott?
He gave it.
Scott has an attachment?
Ooh,
We
got
are
it.
protected.
Scott.
Oh my gosh. But we have to, because sometimes.
Ooh.
I said
I
Scott.
couldn't tell what they were saying. What about Scott?
Felt
Fuck
like
you.
it feels like something's behind my head right now.
Who is saying all these
Lean
things?
forward, it said.
I don't know, John. I have never heard
Help him.
what I heard. I'm like, it was bad.
You're not allowed to harm anybody. You're not allowed to attack.
You're gonna
people.
puke tonight.
It was saying that about Scott.
Communicate. That's
I
what
hear
the creepy voice
rain.
goes. Communicate.
Like, through creepy. Ew.
I'm pulling him out.
Yeah, I don't like this.
It's in the coffee.
I don't know if it's rain or if it's a typewriter.
That creepy guy is yelling in my ear, and I can hardly understand what he's saying.
We heard a little kid too, or a voice. I thought I heard it, but I thought it was me echoing. But
It's getting
no,
way
it's
too
bad.
fucked though.
I had to quit. Like I had to because I heard I'll bite you, and like it was saying that it was gonna do all these horrible things, and
It's like you have an attachment, and then we said who? It said Scott.
you're
Scott,
gonna get
Scott.
fucked.
Said you're not gonna sleep tonight when you were
You're
out,
gonna
and then it
puke.
said you're gonna puke tonight.
And then when I said something, I said I'm not okay. You said you're oppressed. You're gonna be oppressed, or
And I
something
said
like
you're
that.
not allowed to touch or attach or hurt us. I said fuck off.
Yeah, like I am
It's getting
shaking.
Too much.
Like it is bad.
Yeah, I don't feel it. I'm not cool with it. And then I heard weird a little.
I feel something touching my fucking ear right now.
I'm telling you,
I told you this area. I
am-
told you guys this area.
I'm like, I'm shaking.
I have had bruises from this area, like legit.
I'm not. Was that the spirit box, John?
I told you this was gonna be a bad.
I'm like Cindy. I threw my headphones off because I have never heard anything like as bad as I couldn't. And then I tried to go back under, and I kept getting.
Feel sick.
I had to. Quit.
I don't know what you guys were like asking, but it said Scott like 3 times.
Yeah.
Well, because you said you have an attachment. We said who, and then you said Scott, Scott, Scott. I said Scott.
I don't know. And I felt like something going up the back of my sweatshirt, and I felt like somebody was like leaning
I felt it
over
too.
behind me.
I did too. And like it said lean
Like
forward. or
I
something.
couldn't see anything, but it was like I could feel a shadow or see. Like I don't even know how to explain it. But all I know is that, like,
We probably should go then.
Yeah,
I didn't like the, and it was direct answers. Like, I mean, bad. Like, right after we would say it, it was like, you have an attachment, you're oppressed, you're gonna be this, you're gonna be that, you're fucked.
And then you said you're not gonna sleep tonight and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know what you guys were asking.
And you
know
said,
what I mean? I was
like,
just
as soon as you, like, started, like, I don't know. All I know is that, like, I couldn't.
Whatever's here, whoever we were talking to, you have to stay here. You are not allowed to follow us. You're not allowed to attach to us. We are protected by God's white light. You need to stay here. There'll be other teams that come to talk to you. You can talk to them. You're not to follow us. You're to leave us alone. Leave Cindy alone. She may come back another day to talk to you, but tonight, you leave us alone.
You have to leave us alone.
You have to stay here. Do not follow us.
Stay here. We are surrounded by God's white light. You cannot harm us. You cannot hurt us.
Like, can we pray or something?
well, I think we need to because
I just can't.
Lord in heaven,
hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven.
Give us this day our daily bread.
Forgive us our trespasses,
as
we forgive those who trespass against us.
Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
It's safe to say that our first trip to Sweet Springs Sanitarium was beyond memorable. We want to give a special thank you to Cindy Harper and the Sweet Springs staff for being such gracious hosts. I can assure you it will not be our last visit.